Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, just setting up something here I want to try to build and replace that big rack that's behind me there for loading up the spaceship. But as I do so, I am going to thank you for joining me and welcome you to a new episode, to a new day, and hopefully a new good one. And as you can see, I got myself my lift platform kind of set up, pretty much working. Just got to figure out how I really want it all be designed and what kind of movements it should have. So far they got this, so I know that's my goal for at that point, because I wanted to see if it would work, using the resources as a way to move things around, and they don't seem to have a weight limit, so as long as it's an unanchored tech, it'll pick them up. I'm really liking the ideas that are coming to mind for that. I got a few now. So yeah, I kind of got it figured out where I want the little step out for at each level, so it'll hopefully move them in closer so they can load. Less of a gap and such. So far I'm really liking this. This has worked out a lot nicer than I thought it might have. Because anytime you're using kind of the exploits kind of things, or little weirdnesses that you don't expect, sometimes they're hard to use, right? But this one's actually pretty decent. I'm liking it. So as you can see, I'm using a little Hawkeye laser to point out, make sure I'm at the right level. It's always a good idea, especially when you're working distances away. Oh, I forgot to stop it. Okay, yeah, you really got to be careful with that. But anyway, we're back on track, building some more. But you know what I should do before we get too far into this, and that is to remind you about the Saturday Showcase, where your cool and original techs could have their very own video, and all you got to do is find my auditions link down in the description underneath my videos, and follow it to the thread, post your in-game snapshots and or save games to that thread, and I'll make the best dang video out of them I can. And like I said, all I got to be is cool and original. I think we all have some of them. So if you want to get in on her, it's there. And also, while you're down there, maybe think about hitting the like button, the comment section, subscribe button if you haven't. Ding that bell, too. That's always a good idea, I think. Because, it's the best way to kind of get the most out of this little channel. And, if you have any questions, feedback, and suggestions, and all that great stuff, that's the kind of awesome only you guys can bring. And, I'd love to hear about it. Even if it's just a hello, that's pretty cool, too. So I'd say that's a pretty successful pass for that. No passengers yet. I got a feeling that's going to take a little bit of creativity to get it to work. Not have them fall off. Still work nice, but look decent too. I don't know how awesome it'll be, but as long as it looks decent, that'd be cool. So yeah, like I thought, I had a few attempts here before. I just figured they'd be a waste of time showing, because without those rails, they just slide right on. The wheels have no friction really on that. Like you can see there, it just slides right under them. It's like they're always have passive wheels. So it's about what I expected. I'm going to have to pin them in somehow, but still be able to get over the edges. Like I did have a fairly decent idea, I thought. As you'll see here in a little bit, I believe. I left it in. Just because I liked it, but it was just small little things that always seem to cause it to just screw up. So I figured let's just try her on the way down. We'll see how that works. Now I expect them to fall off at some point, but it's the bouncing and the jittering is what's got me wondering if that's going to cause any issues. So far, not too bad. It moves out just as far as it moves in, so, they kind of even themselves out. But on that bottom section, yeah, they're going to fall right off. That's fine, though. At least they won't fall too far and hurt themselves. Got a little ground support. Fall off in a nice little group. So, yeah, that's not too shabby. I'm liking the way that works. There's a few steps to remember to do and in what order to do them, but yeah, here's the idea that I had. I figured, make a little sliding gate. Shouldn't be too difficult. Wasn't difficult, but the thing that turned out to be hard, the hard part was to keep it on the dang tech, like linked up. I don't know, those bearings and all those joints and that, they seem to be iffy on how they work. And things can get pushed and forced out of them pretty easy instead of them jamming up and binding the way I think they should. The blocks are just allowed to pass and right through those experimental blocks and just come apart and break. Like, the text come apart, not actually break any blocks. So yeah, kind of disappointing that way, but, you know, it was a nice little attempt, I guess. I tried a few different things, but they always seem to fail 1 out of like 5 tries kind of thing, so that's not the kind of reliability I want for this. I want it to be never fail. And so far this setup here seems to be close to never fail, except for that side. So by the end of it, we'll get something figured out. But right now, I just wanted to jump over and start closing it in, getting it to look more presentable. I figured that would be about the thing to do right around in here. But, you know, maybe I should take another minute here, just while I'm kind of putting along with these armored blocks, just to remind you guys, if you would like to help the little channel out, my little channel, to be more precise, I do have a paypal.me link down there, and a Patreon page. Yeah, I get that down pat still set up. So if you would like to contribute to the channel and help it survive and grow and get better, that'd be muchly appreciated. And that paypal.me link, that will get your name entered into the next draw for a 3D printed tech giveaway or draw. So it's not a confirmed date or nothing. It will be early next year. I'm just kind of putting it out there so everyone gets lots of time to hear about it and do what they need to do if they want to participate. But like always, the more participation, the bigger, the more it can be, kind of thing. So, you know, if you happen to know anybody else who's interested, maybe let them know too. Or might be interested. I guess you won't know until they find out. So I just figured I'd kind of put that in around in here. I usually put it in near the end. I'm just wondering if maybe people don't see that far in. So I figure there's an average watch time of like 5 minutes and something for a reason. So that must mean not everybody's watching the whole video, I guess. So, you know, trying to see right there, buggered up. Dang it. Now I know why. Those little stubs that are sticking out the ends, they clipped onto, or they caught onto the little step out. So that's why it's doing it, but just the way it come apart, I didn't like that, because it ripped them through the rings, not jam the whole thing up, make it flip out. That whole platform should really fall out. And see, that worked that time, because I took the little stubs off. But then as I go and did more testing, it come apart one other time. I don't know what it exactly got caught on for that, but it was not of the cute. So there, we ended up getting all the way to the top, and we got a passenger up there. So I'm thinking that's pretty successful. And I'm not sure, but it doesn't seem to care about the weight at all. Like, I didn't notice it slow down at any, nothing like that. So I'm getting more and more ideas for this type of thing. A couple good ideas too, and then a couple maybe not so good. All depends on how they work out. So I'm not going to say nothing about them just in case they are really that bad. Because hey, we all have bad ideas. I figure this might be one of them, one of mine. So I'm thinking that's pretty dang sweet. Maybe do a little tune up here and there, fine tuning if you will. And yeah, that's where the gate fails. See that? Yeah, he's getting over it. So, it looks nice. It functions, just not very effectively. So anyway, we got her all tuned up. We just use ramps on that side instead, and just be a little step for the characters to fly over. So we're going to give her a complete test here. We'll load her up, get everybody on there, and we'll see what if they can load in with ease and comfort. Because that should be the main goal of anyone traveling. You know, to have an easy trip, a comfortable trip, and, well, arrive alive. That's usually a good thing, too. Because I built this shuttle and everything with safety in mind. so it can land comfortably and smoothly, so it can take off. And then the lift, it's supposed to be smoother, but, you know, a little bit of bumping and jostling ain't too horrible, I don't think. Now, the trick is to make sure you time it so you stop it at the right time. Because if it gets up one level, like one little conveyor block too high, it might be a pain in the nuggets to get these dudes in there. So what I do is I wait until I see it get up to that spot where it starts walking in, then I just count 1, 2, and then I start stopping it on the 2 because it takes that one block movement of a delay. Because watch here. See, I wasn't quick enough and it went up that extra step. And of course it's for her spot, and she's the hardest one to get in here. So, well, actually that went pretty easy, but I do want them to all face out. So yeah, the turn around may be our tricky part. This is why it's nice if you can back up while flying in the air and stuff like that. And she's actually like the best one so far at doing stuff like that, like controlled hover kinda. Like check this out. Whoop! Haha, nice. I'm liking that. So here, we'll get my dude up in the top spot there, because he is supposed to be kind of a pilot. He isn't the pilot, but I'm actually thinking of building a pilot right into the shuttle. Just because I think it'd be kind of neat. But I don't really want to change the shuttle. So, I don't know. We're always going to have one person as a pilot. Or that can take the cockpit. But maybe we'll just say this shuttle is equipped to be fully automated. Yeah, that's a good way to get that story. Oh, excuse me, get around that little spot in the story. So there, we'll send the platform back on down. That's another thing I like, it does it all by itself. We got them all clipped in, ready to go. And now, I know we've done this before where we just took off, we fly, we make sure the thing comes apart. And, well, we are going to do that, but there's a couple little stress tests that I'd kind of like to try out here. Now, it's a little bit leggy, so bear with me. And this has been sped up a little bit. Not a whole lot. Just enough where it was decent, but I didn't want some of the movements to be too fast, so I kind of left it here. Now here we are, we got them to fall away nicely. I kind of wish they'd spread out a little more from each other as they fall, but oh well. And now we got our flying jet, our shuttle. Now let's see what we can do. We got to fill up the fuel a little bit, so we're going to let her kind of glide and get some back in the tanks. But as we are doing this, I would like to just take these last couple minutes of this little run through here and just to say thanks once again for joining me. I do hope you're having a good one. And if you did enjoy what you saw, please throw the likes down there. Look at that. I bet you didn't think it would do it, did you? Nice. And while you're down in that little like section, those comments, those are always good too. Subscription button, ding ding. Yeah, might be worth it. And from there, don't forget about the Saturday Showcase, where your cool and original text can have a video of their very own. And if you'd like to get in on the next draw that will be coming up soon, or sooner or later, early next year, we'll put it like that. Just hit that paypal.me link, make the small donation, get your ticket in there. Your name will be in the hat. Look at that, he does barrel rolls. I didn't think it was going to do that even myself. I'm like, look how nice this comes down too. That's pretty cool. I'm liking that. And from there, if you're looking for another way to maybe contribute, I do have a Patreon page that I'm starting up. It is just starting. It's very early. I'm not rushing into nothing, so it might take a bit, but it is there. I haven't got everything figured out, and some of it might be a little bit above what I can do right now, so, I take my time and work at things. Just like I did with these. And they seem to work out pretty good. So that's why I don't like to rush stuff. And so other than that, you know, there's the only other thing I could remind you about would be the actual New Terra project. If you'd like to be in on that too, the link is down in the description. And you can find the thread. It'll take you there. So if there's any other videos or instructions or information that you might need, you should be able to find it there. If not, ask me on that forum thread or on these video comments. Either one's cool, because, you know, that kind of thing, that's what they're there for, those comments. Like, even if you just want to say hello, that'd be cool. Be great to hear from you or read from you, you know. But yeah, there is going to be hopefully a lot that can be done with this new Terra project. So it's just a matter of if you want to get in on it and try things out, build stuff, and contribute. It's all up to you. But there's a lot of good little things down that description. You may want to check her out. So until next time, everybody, keep being the awesome, keep having a good one. Bye.